Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my new video, and I just hope I can look at the camera in this video because as you see my bangs are already too long. I don't know why my hair grows faster than grass. It really sucks when I open my eyes because I feel like my bangs are starting to cover my eyes. I actually wanted to cut my hair before doing this video, but I forgot it, and now I'm sitting here and remembering that I forgot something important. Now I need to do it afterwards. Anyway, today our topic is again a really interesting thing as always. Today we're gonna talk about vampires, and I did a video like that once before. The link is in the description, and in the other video it is all about, do vampires actually really exist? And so we said, well, it is not impossible, and that's why I thought today we're gonna talk about if you're able to become a vampire, and if yes, how do you become a vampire, or how to become a vampire. So well, this is quite interesting because on my research I was like reading much stuff about, are you able to become one, or do you have to be born as a vampire? It always was like whether you are able to become one or not. And now I found out different conditions you have to consider when you want to become a vampire. So which conditions do you have to consider when you are still alive as a human? These are, you are born with two hearts. This is very happening, and this is actually meant only for the Romanian Strigoi. You are the seventh son of a seventh son. In today's world this is also happening not really often because there are not so many families which are as big like that. But if you know someone who is the seventh son of a seventh son, you can ask him or observe him if he is a vampire or behaves like that. You die without any religion. You are born in new moon, so in the night when the new moon shines. Someone who's born the first Christmas day, so the day after Christmas Eve, the 25th of December, because this is kind of really insulting Jesus. When you're born you already have teeth. Someone puts a curse on you, especially when this is done by your parents. People who killed themselves, so who did suicide. In Transylvania you are seen as a vampire when you killed yourself. You eat the meat of a sheep which had been attacked before by a wolf or a vampire. If someone's involved in black magic, this dark magic, if you get bitten by a vampire, so if a vampire bites you, if you get your brother to somnambulism, so when you're moving or doing stuff or going, so you're actually sleeping. Drinking the blood of a vampire, having a sinful life, so for example if you were a murderer or a thief before, or if you just have many sins in your life, or stuff like if you become the victim of shadow theft. I don't really know how to explain that to you, but I think I heard about that. So after this shadow theft you find a shadow hanging on the wall. I don't know, I'm sorry, but nobody knows how this happens. I mean, there's only a shadow of something hanging on the wall, fixed with a pin or something, or a nail. And of course there are many things which could happen after your death, which could be the reason for you to become a vampire. These are, for example, if an animal which is not pure, like for example dogs, cats, birds or bats, jump over your corpse, or when a drop of blood falls on your grave, if your corpse was buried with a wound which was not covered before, if raindrops fall on your corpse while it's raining, if the dead body was not washed right away after the death, if the already dead person actually still has a unfulfilled task, unfulfilled mission to do. If the dead person sweared, before its death of course, that it wanted to do revenge to somebody or something, and if the person, for example, died in a house or in a building, this person could become a vampire after death when the corpse of it is carried with the head first out of the building. So if you don't want a person to become a vampire, then carry the person, the dead body of it, first with the feet out of the house. And so, these were some interesting conditions if you want to become a vampire, but this is not everything I told you now. There are still many kind of other options how to become a vampire. For example, hypnotions, special drinks or potions, spells, and other kind of rituals, something you just have to do with candles and saying something, putting a circle around a candle and turning the light off and looking at the moon or something like that. You know, honestly, I'm not really sure if I think this can work, because to be honest, when I was much younger, when I was still a stupid child, I tried several kind of spells or rituals to become a vampire, and I think many children have done this before, and I'm not really sure, but I think it didn't work. I don't know why it didn't work. I just think that all these kind of spells are bullshit, which you can find on YouTube or something. So, but if you want to try some of these, you just can search them on the internet, on YouTube. There are some proved videos where people become vampires. I don't know. As I said, I think that something like vampires exist. But I really don't think that you can become one if you just turn on a candle and say a special spell with red blood, pale skin, da da da. You know, it just has to be much more. What I also think is it is really intensely connected with demons and the devil, of course. A vampire is not a godly creation. Means demons can get over you or get into you easily. This is also an option how you can get into this sphere, but what I rather think is just that you get obsessed with something and get mental illness. But who's not happy with this? I have one last thing for you to say about energy vampires, which are like the most possible kind of vampire. I'm sure you have met an energy vampire once in your life, at least once in your life, because these are simply people which pull all the energy out of you when talking to you or spending time with you. Therefore, you actually have to be, or how you can imitate being a energy vampire, you have to be a toxic person. You have to be so annoying and tiring to other people in a certain way. This is one kind of option. I don't know how to become an energy vampire otherwise. So this is actually everything I could tell you about this. I don't know if I said this at the beginning of this video, but don't judge me for anything I said. If there are some real vampires outside watching this video, and if you feel insulted in a certain way because of something I said, I'm really sorry, but I'm not an expert. I'm not a vampire. I haven't met one before. Maybe I have met one before, but he didn't told me how he became a vampire or told me all his secrets. So this is why this information is only what I researched, what I logically think, what I heard from my siblings or my family, what I experienced, what my knowledge helps me to create. Yeah, but I hope that this video was interesting for you anyway, because for me personally, when I made research on this, things I said at the beginning, for example with these conditions, they were quite interesting to me personally. Of course, I don't know if they are true. I don't think these conditions are like always a guarantee for you to become a vampire. For example, with this carrying the corpse out of the house with the head first. I mean, I don't think every corpse which is carried with the head first out of the house becomes a vampire, because then we would have probably many vampires out there, so these conditions not always work. Some of them are stronger, some of them are not, but I just think that it's really interesting to read or to find out stuff like that. So if you like this video or if you just found it interesting, I'd be happy if you give me a thumbs up and also subscribe. I'll put you the link to the first video about vampires in the description. And I think that's all for today, and I hope you enjoy your summer holidays. See you next time and goodbye.